Hello everybody, here it is, the Lexus GS350. This one's a 2012 model. It's been with me for a good number of years, and I just thought I'd share my experience for those of you who are interested in going for those second-hand used Lexus. What it's like buying a GS350. Would there be any issues? Because now it's been 10 years with me, so I could give you guys a better insight on what's it like to own a GS350 in 2023. Firstly, let's just talk about the vehicle as such. This is a 3.5 liter V6, a very powerful car, a sporty feeling car. The boot is very spacious, it's got ample of space, it does its job as expected. Lexus is a disappointment in this department. Now let's try to move in and let's see how luxurious the inside is. It obviously is the top end package for the Lexus GS350. So once you get in, the steering wheel, it's all wood and leather. And over the last few number of years, I would say when it comes to the maintenance, the maintenance cost was increasing little by little. There are certain things that stopped working. For example, the clock, that wouldn't work. The AC, that starts malfunctioning. But otherwise, overall, the car, it feels really nice to drive. Every time you sit in, it's still the same old Lexus that you bought in 2012. It doesn't feel old, feels new, feels rich, feels luxurious. And it's got all the technology you need. It's got 3 kinds of memory seats already. Even today's car in 2020, they offer usually 2. This one's got 3 already in 2012. The clock has stopped working, unfortunately. There's the DVD player, which we don't use anymore. But yeah, you can play CD player music in it. Leather seats, these are ventilated seats. The leather has not yet torn. They still work well. That's what I like about it. The quality is really top end. What else can I tell you about this car? The AC, once in a while, it works. See, this is an espresso wood. As you can see, the pattern of the wood, they call it the espresso wood. So there's no issues with that. It's a usual start-stop engine. One thing is the AC malfunctioning. So sometimes you would see that hot air is coming out of the AC instead of the cold air. And there's nothing much you can do about it. When I took it to Lexus, they told me that I have to change the entire AC sensors or whatever they call it. And that comes to a reasonable price. So that's how it is, Sometimes I would see the left-hand side AC is working and the right-hand side just stops working. So all these issues are there over time. This, you have to use a mouse to navigate through this. But the built-in GPS, like any other car, is not great. You can't use Google Maps or Apple Maps for that matter. So if you plan to sync your Apple phone, that would be a disappointment if you own this car. But that said, the drive, you never compromise. You really enjoy it. It's got 3 driving modes as well. But usually, I put in comfort. This is a petrol hogging car. You don't save much on fuel. But at the same time, you do enjoy. As you can see, there are 2 ports in here. It's got a USB port and an auxiliary jack. And on the back seat, as you can see, the rear passengers, they have AC controls. They've got audio controls. Even the driver can control the passenger seat. They can control their seat as well. They also have rear curtains, something that they've introduced much in 2012. And it's still there in all the cars today. It's a beautiful feature. So this is like a top end. There's nothing left in this vehicle. It's even got these safety features where when you see a pedestrian, immediately it would actually auto brake for you. At the same time, it would even tighten your seat belt. So such great technology. The only problem why I decided to sell this vehicle, the risk of taking an old GS350 was the mounting bills and service. So whenever I took it to servicing, I used to always take it to Lexus. And they used to do a full check and they used to give me this big bill. They used to say, this needs to be replaced, this needs to be replaced. So as you can see, most of them are the usual wear and tear. Like for example, the engine fan belt had to be replaced by now. The mountings needs to be replaced, some of them. and let's say the wipers, or even so many other aspects. As you can see here, the servo bays and all that thing, the disc brakes. But overall, the bill comes to around 35,000 dirhams. That's a lot of money. 35,000 dirhams if I had to replace all the parts which they recommended. So which means, so it was for me to either invest 35,000 and use this car for another good 100,000 kilometers, or buy another car. So that was something I had to make a decision. But overall, you never compromise on a driving experience. You'll never be disappointed with the GS350. Except for a few things like the clock stopped working, the AC is malfunctioning. There's no other, and the petrol consumption was quite high for this small sized car. Besides this, I had no other issue with this car, and I would always say you'll otherwise be satisfied with this vehicle. So all the best to any of you who plans to buy a used Lexus GS350. And by the way, also remember, this model is now stopped, and it also comes with these 3 cool keys. It has a credit card looking key as well, which you don't get it in other cars usually. That's the one which I usually carry around. It's quite, you hardly know it's in your pocket even. All right then, thank you for watching, and let's catch up in the next one. And obviously I usually replace my own battery, so I just buy it from Amazon, and you can just open it from here and then get your batteries replaced by yourself. And you're also welcomed into the vehicle with the welcome light. As you can see, the welcome light just glows when the driver approaches the car.